Okay, hump day, am I right? There we go.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll.
Loser of the Week award.
I do want to look at some of the names that are getting thrown in the ring as the Giants head coach. Here's some people that are being thrown around.
Oh, okay. This
Okay.
is cool.
Cool list, huh?
Jon Gruden's going to come back in the NFL at some point.
Yes.
He's just, killing time with Barstool, and he's going to get another shot.
Also, the New York Giants did announce Jameis Winston getting the start this week. You know what? I take it back. The Giants actually might have a shot now. A lot of people saw this coming. We talked about that. We were talking about this on Monday, wondering if they would do this. And right as we finished filming our episode, they fired him. So we kind of missed the wave right there. But we were talking about this. I said, I don't think that they should do it. I think they should give him another year here. Let this play out with Jaxson Dart. Brian Daboll, he was the guy that went to bat to get Jaxson Dart. And I think there's a lot more problems in that organization with the front office with their GM, Joe Shane. We'll talk about that in a second here. But what do you think?
Being a good scout doesn't necessarily mean you're the head coach. He did a good scouting job. If I was a scout, which is the lowest position in an organization, and I said, hey, check this guy out, that doesn't mean I'm qualified to be head coach anymore.
Okay.
It just means you did a good job scouting this guy out.
Fair. Okay. Fair. Now, let me push back. Okay. As they say on podcasts, he wasn't just scout. He was adamant about, we need to get this guy. We need to trade up and make this happen. This is the guy that's going to be our franchise quarterback. And so much success in the NFL is getting a franchise quarterback. You look at some of these coaches that are even if you don't have a good quarterback, it's just, you're a dud. And so Brian Daboll making the moves to that's halfway to being a decent franchise, is getting the quarterback. But you got to let them develop a little bit. It takes some time. And they just kind of pulled the plug to her. I don't even understand why, because look, their season is a wash anyway. Look at the rest of their schedule. Okay. So they're 2-4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. They're 2-8, gets fired. Their next 3 games are so hard. Green Bay, Detroit, New England, Washington, Minnesota.
No shot.
I mean, you're going to maybe win one more game. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's just now you have an interim head coach.
What's the point of putting an interim head coach in there?
I don't know.
Let him
It
run
doesn't
out.
make sense to me. If I was the Giants, I would have fired Joe Shane, the GM. Do you remember in Hard Knocks, was it last year or 2 years ago? They were doing Hard Knocks of the Giants, and the clip came out of him basically revealing that they were letting Saquon Barkley go, let him walk. And then he walks and goes to a division opponent, the Eagles, and then goes and becomes the offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
This is also the GM that gave Daniel Jones $140 million, 4 years, $160 million. And then Daniel Jones played, I think, 3 or 4 more games for the Giants after that.
I forgot about that. I forgot he got that huge contract.
To me,
crazy.
It's a GM issue. Okay. So I would have kept Brian Daboll. I think he's like a 5-time Super Bowl winning coach. He was on the Patriots staff.
Oh, wow.
He's a guy, I mean, I know he was born in Canada. That's the only thing I hold.
Okay, a little soft.
But I checked out his Wikipedia. Born in Canada, but raised by his grandparents across the border in upstate New York. So his parents
that's
knew.
cool. That's
cool, isn't it?
Anybody raised by your grandparents, there's a level of grit there that I always respect.
It's so gritty. Okay, Mike, you are gonna love this. The Giants did say Jaxson Dart, we talked about it. He's getting all these concussion scares, and he's probably going to be out this week. And then we saw Russell Wilson go in. And he was atrocious. The New York Giants did announce
that's what I'm talking about.
Jameis Winston getting the start this week. You know what? I take it back. The Giants actually might have a shot now with Jameis behind center.
Yeah.
You know what? Those next couple games,
magical. Positive energy. Who knows? Anything can happen. I completely changed everything I said about the Giants running out the season now that Jameis is in charge.
Anything could happen there. Okay. I do want to look at some of the kind of people that are the names that are getting thrown in the ring as the Giants head coach candidates. Because think about this, okay? It's New York Giants. This is a multi Super Bowl winning franchise. It's been a good franchise. It's been bad lately, but in the Eli Manning days, they were good. They have Jaxson Dart, great young quarterback. They have Malik Neighbors, great star, young wide receiver. They've got some good pieces on defense. They are so bad this year that they're probably going to have a top 3 draft pick again next year. It's a pretty attractive job for some of these guys. Like some of these jobs open up, it's like New Orleans Saints or Jets. It's just like it's not attractive for high quality. Nothing there. Here's some people that are being thrown around.
Okay.
This
is cool.
Cool list, huh? Okay. This is funny. This person says, here's some logical next coaches: Jon Gruden, Bill Belichick, Lane Kiffin, Steve Spagnuolo. But who the Giants will probably hire, Matt Eberflus, who was the Chicago Bears coach last year, who was atrocious and got fired in the middle of the season. Who do you
swindled? Like? They just keep getting swindled in these coaching interviews. I don't know. You seem pretty confident, don't you think, guys?
I look at like some of the. I saw something that showed the last 5 openings in for the Giants and the coaches that they interviewed, and it was just like they're not even good at picking guys to interview. None of the guys that they interviewed went on to be like legitimate head coaches in the last 5.
That's an interesting metric, actually. Who you even pick to interview?
Yeah, I wish
interesting. That should be
that's
more well documented. Yeah.
Who do you like here? Bill Belichick, Jon Gruden, Lane Kiffin?
Bill Belichick. I am just so concerned with Bill Belichick and this Jordan character. That's just he's just letting his. I don't know. I was kind of okay, but it's completely destroying his legacy. And I don't even know if she's still around, who would want him coaching?
The Giants do need to get a guy that's like a proven head coach. I mean, even if we look at the coaches who are hitting this year, and Ben Johnson is hitting for the Bears, but you look at some of the others like Aaron Glenn, that's not working. And so I hope they don't do that.
About Jon Gruden, I can't wait. Jon Gruden's going to come back in the NFL at some point.
Yes.
He's just, killing time with Barstool, staying in the spotlight, and he's going to get another shot.
He has something in his contract there where he's allowed to leave if he gets a head coaching opportunity, something like that. I think, and he also he had that lawsuit with the NFL that he just won some appeal on or whatever. So he'll be allowed to come back to the NFL, I think. Do you think that Jon Gruden in this day and age would work better in college or the NFL? Because he's got, especially with this Barstool brand that he's built.
Oh, yeah.
It does give me like a little Lane Kiffin-y, cool SEC college coach type of vibe. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of see that. He's kind of he wants to joke around a little bit. It seems like he's kind of in on the lingo and he's been around the Barstool culture.
Yeah.
It might be a better fit, but I don't doubt that, if he were to go to the Browns or something, because I think he was talking about Shador a little bit, and he's I think he could do something there.
I think so too. And you know what? What is it? What is the Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach? He should be probably fired pretty soon too. There's gonna be some openings, so I like that. What do you? Lane Kiffin? People are throwing that around. I did see this was. Well, I'm gonna save this for our cooler cringe section. It was Lane Kiffin getting off the bus for an Ole Miss game wearing a Jaxson Dart jersey. It's kind of sick because Jaxson Dart went to Ole Miss. He coached him. You know what? I'll pull it up.
That's sick. Okay. That's so baller.
It's here it is. Wait. Yeah. Lane Kiffin coming off. That was his quarterback last year.
That's awesome.
Kind of.
I love this guy. That should be encouraged. You should have pride in the players you coach that go on. And this is a hilarious way of showing it. Wearing his jersey, beautiful. I love it.
It's actually so cool. I wish more coaches, college coaches, did that. It's actually a really cool thing. It's good marketing.
It's kind of a flex, as they say too. I coached this kid. Everybody's buying his jersey. I was responsible for them in some way.
Big flex. Okay, so there's another name that I'm seeing thrown around in the ring here for the New York Giants is Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. And I did say, when some of those big college jobs opened up, Penn State and Florida, people were like, "Oh, Marcus Freeman's going to jump at one of those." I said, I don't think that he'll leave Notre Dame for anything other than Ohio State, which is his alma mater where he played, or the NFL.
Yeah,
I do. I could see him being successful in the NFL, like one of these young, cool coaches a la Sean McVay type. But something about him, I just feel more comfortable with him in college. What do you think?
I completely agree. And I think it has something to do with he's just like a super culture guy, like great leader.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, he seems like one of these guys who loves molding men. He's an example of how to live. Family man, bunch of kids, like
Sure.
faith-based, like he's an example of how to live. And I think there's purpose to that. Like it's a hard image to uphold, and he does it for a reason because he's an example to these kids. You don't really, it would be kind of wasted in the NFL.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because these kids in college can look up and be like, I want to be like my head coach
Yeah.
here. I don't think so many guys in the NFL are like looking at their head coaches as sort of mentor. You're right. Like this life that he's built, it would be wasted on NFL players. That is a great point. All right. So there we have it. I personally think the Giants made a mistake. They should have let Brian Daboll stay in there. And I think Joe Shane, the GM, should be the one that gets fired, but at least they're going to start Russell Wilson. At least they got that right. Russell Wilson. sorry. Jameis Winston ahead.
Yeah, at least that.
That's okay. Great. Mike, we're going to play our game of head coach of the game we played on Monday with the quarterbacks. We're going to play it with head coaches with normal jobs. But first, I want to get your thoughts on this, okay? Because we know Brian Kelly got fired from LSU, and LSU is now making multiple offers of trying to like buy out his buyout, like with settlements, offering him less. They first offered his buyout is $53 million. They offered him $25 million and then $30 million. And his lawyer said, no, absolutely not. And the lawyer is saying, you have no case. Like, I wasn't fired for any misconduct. I was fired because we were bad at football. It wasn't like he was off doing something inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's built into those contracts, like the morality clauses. And so it's a bad look for LSU to be trying to do this. And I just want to get your thoughts.
Buyout of a buyout. It's it's a AAA tranche mortgage bond that they're trying. And so the boosters are bidding on the chance to buy out his contract as sort of an annuity, if you will. That's really fascinating.
The Big Short.
That's what the coach. There's going to be a movie about the coaching buyout contracts, like the Big Short, at some point. So how would the buyout work? He's paid what? He's $30 million up front versus the payout over a certain amount of years.
I think that must be it, because if you do the time value of money, it must be that the 53 must be paid out like over X amount of years, whereas the buyout of the buyout would be immediate. Okay, wait. This is kind of what you guys have with the college football situation that you were telling me about, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
This is like the exact. Okay, so basically that whole NCAA versus House thing where they did the $2.8 billion settlement back paying athletes during our years for NIL stuff. That we like just missed the boat on, I guess. I don't know the full thing. I didn't read the full article. All I know is that they allocated all that money and divvied it up to a bunch of players. And so it hasn't started being paid out yet, but I think it's supposed to be starting to get paid out in the next 1 to 2 years. But once it starts, whatever your payout is, it's paid out over the course of 10 years. So it may seem like a good chunk of money, but it's like, okay, what is this? $1,000 a year. And then, but what's happening, and like, I'm getting a bunch of messages from old teammates that are like, hey, there's all these companies that are buying out your settlement, your NCAA settlement, and giving you a percentage of it up front. And so a bunch of guys are jumping on this opportunity where they have a 10-year payout that they're like, I don't want to wait that long. Yeah. And there's these third-party firms that are giving you like 41% or 40% of the total settlement amount that you're owed up front. Nice. And then you sell all your rights.
Okay. But you get the money now.
You get the money now. And so it's a fascinating dilemma.
What are you thinking? What are you going to do? I mean, because you have a buyout. Are you going to do the long game? Or are you going to give me the money now?
I'm always a give me the money now kind of guy. And then I could take it and have fun with it. Go on a cruise or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Time value of money. Money now is worth more than money later. So.
Exactly. I think the math works out if you just take that percentage up front and just let it sit in the market, by the time year 10 comes out, you're coming out ahead. So if you're smart with it, it's good. It's just, am I going to be disciplined enough to be smart with it? I don't know yet. So I haven't decided. So it's going to be a coin flip, as most of my life decisions are.
Well, you're like Tommy Shelby. He makes big decisions on coin flips. Kind of a good way to do it. Okay.
Yeah. But it's really cool to see because a bunch of old teammates who had like big settlements, they opted for the buyout, and then they've been getting paid by these third-party companies. So it's actually really cool to see.
What kind of payouts are we talking?
Couple guys, like a few $100,000 is their total settlement, but then they get 40% of that. And so I've seen a guy, a good friend, get paid 90,000 just in a one lump sum, which is pretty cool.
Just a nice 90,000 direct deposit hitting your U.S. bank account.
Yeah. And so then you just have to figure out how to dodge the taxes on it after.
Oh, you'll figure that. No, you'll figure that out. Don't worry about that. So we'll see what Brian Kelly does. And I guess you guys are kind of in the same boat. For some reason, at Georgetown, we're not included Georgetown football. My buyout settlement, I think I actually owe them money. I have to pay over 2 years for being allowed to play college football.
I got to send an invoice for my years. I owe the NCAA $47.17.
Oh, I only owe them $800? That's great. I had a great career. Okay, so there we have it. All right, that is interesting. All right, do you want to do first our head coaching game, or do you want to do cringe or cool? Cringe or cool?
Oh, let's do the head coaching game.
Okay, let's do the head coaching game.
Yeah.
All right, do you need a refresher from Monday? You goldfish brain, forgetting name, brother of mine.
So it's like the coaches. I should bring up a list of all the coaches.
Bring up a list of all the coaches, and I will give a refresher for those who have not watched this before. We are playing a game where I name some jobs like a normal person job. For example, PE teacher, plumber, police officer, zookeeper. And we decide which NFL head coach we could see being good at that job. Who would be the best one? We did this on Monday for quarterbacks, and now we are going to do it for head coaches, okay? And you know what? And Brian Daboll's in there. He's allowed, even though he's fired technically. NFL head coaches. You have a list, Mike?
Okay, I got it.
Got a list?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Drum roll, please. It's game time. All right. Starting off. You know what, Mike? We're going to start off. I woke up to a text this morning from you that said, I am going to get my certificate license to be an official piano tuner. Okay? Piano tuner, which is a good thing because that job is going extinct. All the piano tuners are 80 years old.
How cool would that be? They're all 80 years old. They're going extinct. Okay. Yep. I love piano. You can learn, you get the certificate. It's actually kind of a lot of hours, like 300 hours, but it's all online. So you can kind of cheat the whole thing and get your certificate. And then you can just be like, I know how to tune pianos, and on the side, whenever you have some free time, tune up some pianos.
Think that's a great gig. I think that's a great gig, and it's going extinct, and we're going to need that. And you know what? I'd like to see AI tune a piano with its robot hand. It's going to be a while. All right. So which NFL head coach could you see being a piano tuner? What, you didn't realize that's where I was going? Okay. All right. I'm looking at the list here.
Connect the dots. All right. So you're gonna need a guy who's creative, who has some good left brain, who's not overly logical, a little bit emotional because he's musical, because it's a science and an art, piano tuning. It's a craft.
Okay. So we don't want just one of these savants. Like you don't want
just like a coordinator savant.
Like you wouldn't like a Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, is he going to be too analytical? He's not going to have the art side. You know what? Hear me out. What about a guy like Liam Cohen? Okay, because he's got the analytical side, and we're seeing a little bit more. I think there's some creativity there. I mean, he's a little bit weird in his press conference at first. Maybe Liam Cohen could be a piano tuner. What do you think?
Okay, I think that's fair, and the weirdness actually is in his favor. Because
you need a little bit.
You got to be a little bit. You're a little bit introverted, and it's performative when you have to be extroverted, as we've seen. And so somebody who can internalize and reflect will be good tuning pianos. He's more comfortable like that. Yeah. So I think that's a good answer. I'm going to say, I'm going to do. This is interesting. Okay. But I'm going to say Andy Reid, and I just feel like he's one of these older guys who he's going to show up at your door to tune the piano. You feel kind of sorry for him, but you're hoping that maybe he doesn't really need the money. He's just doing this because he's retired and he just needs something to kill time. And he comes in, he's so nice and he's good. he does a pretty good job, and you can tell he starts to sweat a little bit while he's doing it, but it's giving him something to do in retirement.
I think that's actually great. You know what? And he is a balance of science and art. With he's a great offensive guru wizard, but then also they come up with these creative trick plays, science and art right there. I like that. Andy Reid. All right. Let's go back to some of the ones that we talked about on Monday for the quarterbacks. Which NFL head coach could you see as a PE teacher?
Oh, okay. Great.
There's a few. I mean,
I love this game.
I know.
I love it.
I
don't know if my list is full.
I'm thinking a Dan Campbell would be a great PE teacher. Don't you? Like,
yeah,
you got that energy.
That's really good. That's interesting. I was thinking of the same energy, but I was Mike Vrabel's who I was lingering on.
Well,
part of me can see him. They're the same caliber.
Yeah, they have the same energy.
Wearing high white socks and short shorts and having the whistle and just twirling their lanyard as they walk around the halls and telling kids to get to class as they wait for their PE.
You know what? That image that you just painted, I could see Vrabel a little bit more in that image. The high white socks, especially, I could see that. I think I'm going to go with Vrabel with you. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike Vrabel, ultimate PE teacher. All right, here we go. Finance bro. Which NFL head coach would be the best finance bro? I feel like
Matt LaFleur.
Yes, Matt LaFleur. He's got the haircut. He's got the tan. He's got the look. He's analytical. We've heard some stories about him. I don't know.
I don't know what his personality is at all.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You know why that's good? Perfect. Because these finance guys, they don't really create anything in society. They have no personalities. They're just trading. They're not. And so the personality is
money.
It's not there. Matt LaFleur, finance bro.
It's a wazzy. It's a woozy.
Very nice. How does McConaughey do that?
How does it's not on the elemental chart? It doesn't exist. See,
no, it's very impressive. All right, which NFL head coach would be a great barista? Okay. All right, this one. Okay, think about going to a coffee shop.
I have one that would be the worst barista.
Who would be the worst barista?
That?
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin. This isn't what I ordered. It's what you got, isn't it? And hand him the coffee.
You would order like a pumpkin spice latte. He goes, "We just have black coffee." All right,
just black.
Do you have any milk?
No. Why don't you just drink the coffee?
Yeah. Yeah, I would not. I would if he was the barista. I would just order a black coffee to try to impress him anyway. It's just too.
And then you come and you go, "Hey, do you guys have Apple Pay?" And he points to his sign. It's cash only. Cash only. And he's just
all right. How about this? I could see Mike McDaniel being a pretty good barista. Okay, I could see it. He's kind of fun. Would you order, bro? Yeah, do we got that? He'd have fun. He wears the capris.
That's the biggest thing. He's got the capris. Right? I think that fits in really well.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any other baristas jump out to me from the current head coaches. None of these guys none of these NFL head coaches have barista energy. Okay, which is, you know what? It's a good thing. I think it's not suitable for NFL head coaches.
Yeah, I will say I think Mike McDaniel is the closest.
Yeah, he's got to be the closest. Okay, which NFL head coach would be the best game show host? All right, we want fun personality here. Fun personality. Who's fun? Oh, yeah.
Sean McVay would have a great energy.
Oh yeah.
And he would do he'd have the microphone and he'd do a lot of putting his arm around the contestants as he's talking to them. He's kind of like, I don't know. What are you going to do here? What are you going to do here? You go over here. You go over here. We'll be right back after this. I think he could do it.
Perfect. He's also got like the handsome good looks that you want. And I'm thinking like there's a new game show out that Rob Lowe is the host of. And I think Sean, he's a great host. I think Sean McVay could be that. And it's also like, he's really cool too. So the contestants are going to just be excited on there to interact with him. He'll be able to make jokes on the fly. Yeah. Sean McVay, game show host. Love it. Okay. Which NFL head coach would be a great wedding planner? I think
Interesting.
I think I have.
Really?
I think
Really?
so.
Are you thinking more of a coordinator here? Are you thinking?
You want to hear what I'm
Yeah.
thinking?
What do you have?
Jim Harbaugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh would be a great wedding coordinator. All right. He's got that energy. I feel like he loves love. He's pretty religious and probably very pro marriage, pro family. He's probably super excited about getting families together, getting people married, and he's gonna be really passionate about that. He's got like a tough side. He'll get all the organization up, but he's got a soft side, a fun side too, a little quirky. Jim Harbaugh. Good.
That's a
wedding,
great answer. That's a really good answer. Dang.
right?
I don't know if I can beat that.
Yeah. You know who would be a bad one?
Oh.
Sean Payton. I just feel like Sean Payton would be barking at me. He'd be like, "Why do you want that? You don't need that.
Let's go.
No,
Do
you
the
don't
vows.
need. Yeah, faster. You don't need that. Yeah, I feel like he would kill the vibe at my wedding, and
Yeah,
I'd want.
that's fair.
Okay, so
And I've dreamed about my wedding day since I was a little boy, like every little boy.
every little boy fantasizes about his wedding day. Okay, that's a good
Here's
callback.
one answer for that.
All right.
Nick Sirianni.
Whoa, out of the box. Okay.
Yeah. Hear me out. Kind of
Okay.
Italian, big family. It seems like he's into a big celebration. It wouldn't be like, the modern type of wedding. It would be kind of like, these classic big family cultural weddings where it's like great food and, there's a lot of soul in it. I think
It's going to be like
so.
a Godfather type wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. Ooh, that's a good one, actually. That's a good one. All right, Nick Sirianni. Okay. Which NFL head coach would be a good police officer? All right.
Great.
Police officer.
Great. I feel like a lot of them.
A lot of them. You know who's giving me like police officer vibes right off the bat is Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills head coach. He looks like a police officer.
Yeah,
Give
that's
me that.
good.
Let's see.
Mike Tomlin would be police chief.
Yeah.
You guys keep disobeying me. You're gonna be writing parking tickets down on 5th Avenue. I could see him saying that.
Did you see our short? Of that from the quarterbacks from Monday? Gotta watch it after. Our editor Liam did such a good job with that.
Oh,
it was so funny. All right, I like that. I do like that. So we can go. Tomlin will be police chief, and who did I say?
Mike Vrabel would be a great season.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to take maybe in the summers because he's a PE teacher. All right, he's busy. All right, he doesn't have the time.
Yeah. Well, he could have the whistle. He could do traffic. He's gonna be directing traffic down on 5th Avenue.
Nope. Okay, good. All right, let's do one more. Which NFL head coach would be a great zookeeper? All right, this is an out of the box job. Out of the box job. Once again, shout out to our brother Anthony, whose dream job is to be a zookeeper. You need a little quirky here. I'm thinking, Mike, Pete Carroll. I feel like he's got that energy. He would be able to connect with older people, like the parents who bring their kids to the zoo, and also to the little kids. He's also got that grandpa energy.
Yeah, you can see him getting down, putting his hand on his knees like this.
Yeah,
he's talking to the kids. Sure. What do you like about the animal? You want to pet the animal? And then he makes funny jokes to the parents while talking to the kids.
Yeah. I think, Pete Carroll. I just think he's got that. He's got a good zookeeper energy right there. I'd go to his zoo. Anyone else?
Okay.
Let's see. No, Shanahan. No, doesn't have zookeeper energy. Just doesn't have it. Doesn't have what it takes.
No, he would run a zoo that's just like it's streamlined for profit, and he sees the animals strictly as assets. Yeah, it'd be a good zoo experience, but you could tell that the animals aren't really treated with that much love.
Yeah, there's no heart at that zoo.
Yeah,
okay, there's no heart.
Yeah,
whereas Pete Carroll Zoo, it's got heart. It's good for families.
Yeah,
all right, that's good. Okay, there it is. Our very fun game of head coaching. Head coaches in the NFL with normal. I love playing that game. That's really fun. All right, let's end with this. We're gonna do Cringe or Cool, Mike. All right, Cringe or Cool. Another great game. We're just full of games here. All right. This is this weekend, college football, Indiana versus Penn State. Gus Johnson, who's one of my favorite college football announcers, everyone was saying Indiana. Fernando Mendoza, who is our brother Andy's friend, they played at Cal together, and now Fernando's like a Heisman Trophy candidate. We got to get him on the show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gus Johnson had this call where he basically just screamed, I want to get your thoughts. Is this cringe or cool? Here it is.
In trouble! It's out! Touchdown! Wow!
Unbelievable!
That's hilarious.
All right. Zooey mama. Oh wow. Okay. Is this call? Is this cringe or is this cool?
I love it. I love it when announcers like get too excited and their voice cracks or something and they're kind of embarrassing. It's so endearing and it just shows. I love it when like the passion can't help but come through. I love that. And especially, did you see this game in that last drive by Indiana?
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah,
every single catch in that drive was an insane once in a lifetime catch.
Unbelievable.
They absolutely deserved that win.
And with that, a good broadcast, like as the stakes continue to raise in a drive or in a game, your emotion has to increase also appropriately. This is a criticism that a lot of people have of Al Michaels, is that he's not showing the excitement in fourth quarter touchdowns now on Thursday Night Football. He's past his prime. Maybe he's lost his fastball a little bit. But Gus Johnson there, I mean, he's like, that is the appropriate call.
Yeah. That's the way you have to do it.
You lose it as if you're watching in your living room.
And this is what you do when you're announcing.
Oh my gosh. I do a lot of, oh my gosh, you guys see that? Oh my gosh, you guys see that, Ron?
Guys. The only one in the booth.
That's sort of my technique. All right, next one on cringe or cool.
It is funny to think about announcers being past their prime and them having to have a talk. Hey, you're not as exciting as you once were, and I think you've kind of been aged out. It's funny to be aged out by a vocal career.
Yeah, it is true. But you know what? It's I as an aspiring broadcaster, it takes a lot. It takes knowledge. It takes wit. It takes vocal skills. It takes recall. It takes analytics, it takes storytelling. Look at me.
And before you go live, you go, Sally sells seashells down by the shore. Sally sells.
Unique New York. First down, second down, third down, fourth down. So it's my process, Mike. Okay. Yeah, please respect the process. All right. Next one. Cringe or cool. Here we go. Cringe or cool. There was a proposal at an Ole Miss game. Ole Miss was playing the Citadel. They were up like 100-0. And so there was a proposal here. And then Lane Kiffin goes out on the field and joins the newly engaged couple. Here it is.
Well, this was our moments a few moments ago, but during that timeout, we thought we had a field goal competition going on, but my man says, no, I think I'd rather propose to my lady. And this went down, and the best part of this whole thing is at the tail end of it, watch who decides to come in and say congratulations.
He's so cool.
Drew O'Connor, a former pole vaulter here at Ole Miss, proposes at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
I mean, look at that. Even comes in with just the perfect gesture, too. Look at that. He's got arm around.
This guy, giving him a once-in-a-lifetime picture. What a picture that'll be that they'll have up. He is so cool. The more I see of his antics and the way he talks to the press, he's sick. I love this guy.
He is. I hope that he stays in college. I think he's perfect for college. He had a stint in the NFL. It wasn't very successful, but his personality is so perfect for college football because he's a great coach. He sets a culture, but he's fun and lively. And this is like what makes college football really special. He's a great personality. This is cool, right?
This is really cool. Besides, what do you think about these stadium proposals?
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I know.
I felt like the girl was a little, she didn't even do this, I felt like she was a little, you're proposing to me
yeah. Can't help the disappointment.
I am anti-public proposals like that. So that's what that's my feeling. Okay. All right. How about this? The Dolphins actually smacked the Buffalo Bills. We've been hating on Mike McDaniel because their team's in shambles and he's on the hot seat. But after the Bills and the Dolphins are division rivals, and the Bills have dominated them in the last few years, but somehow the Dolphins beat the Bills this past weekend. And Mike McDaniel, after the game, drives by this Bills bar where the Bills fans always go and basically trolls them. And there's this photo of Mike McDaniel driving by, yelling out, doing something out the window. And his sick, matte black, whatever car that is. Cool or cringe?
I thought this was AI. This is real.
No, this is real. Mike McDaniel said when he was confronted about it at a podium, he goes, listen, guys, I mean, AI is a real thing. I also do live in the area, and that's all I'll say about it. He's funny.
That's cool. He is funny. Yeah, he is funny. Gosh, this is cool. I love it. Now, their overall record, I don't know if it warrants this kind of arrogant display, but for beating the Bills for how bad they are, it is really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. I mean, if you don't think this is cool, then you hate football. Texas high school football. Coaches meeting at a gas station to do a coin flip to see who makes the playoffs because of some sort of tie here. They literally did this in the movie Friday Night Lights, and this is how they do it.
Okay. And real high.
Just fast forward through a little bit.
I'm an emotional wreck, but it's God's plan, and we trust in it. I cannot wait. We've got a meeting at 10 a.m. in the morning with parents and kids, and there was going to be a lot of hard conversation, and there's still going to be some hard conversation, but there's also going to be a celebration. I might just break the news and see if they want to come up tonight.
Okay. So flipping a coin in a gas station parking lot to decide who goes to the playoffs in Texas high school football. This is awesome to me. What do you think?
I think this is a cool, meeting on neutral territory. Like 5 families. I do think it's silly that that's what it comes down to, whatever their process is for making the playoffs.
Actually, if you think
enough
about
with
it,
the ties. I think the situation is cringe that you have to flip a coin to see who goes to the playoffs. But I think that they made the coolest, the most out of the situation.
Yeah, the coaches, good for them, but whoever is running the process of deciding who goes to the playoffs in Texas high school football, it shouldn't come. There's a lot of ways to do tiebreakers, points, head-to-head, whatever, okay? There's a lot of different ways. Going to a coin flip, it's cool, like for a movie scene, but let's figure something else out. But that was cool of the coaches. All right, there we have it. That was a fun one. That was fun, Mike. I had fun.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is so sick.
I know.
Lane
He's
Kiffin.
a baller. I didn't realize he was that cool.
Have you listened to him? Listen to him on which podcast did he go on? He went on Theo Vaughn podcast because they're both like Southern guys, and you get a real insight into Lane Kiffin. He's actually like a pretty cool, funny guy. You should check that out.
The Theo Vaughn podcast is one of the greatest tests of character that any famous person could ever endure. It gives you such insight to who they are and like their empathy, their wit, like their intellect. Right. If they can keep up with Theo, it's like the greatest. The test of their public image.
What did I do when we were coming back? When I was home and we were driving back from Oregon State, the Oregon State game at night, and I put it on. I think I put on the Ben Affleck episode on there for Ma. I was like, I want to see what Ma thinks of this, and she liked it a lot. She laughed out loud a couple times, and Ben Affleck did actually a really good job of like keeping up with him. He was funny, he was engaging. I was impressed. Ben Affleck's a smart guy. That's a great point. All right, and Lane Kiffin also did a great job on there. There we have it. That game is so fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.